Hi guys, Stuart from Body Fit Solutions, here to work through some myofascial release using a medicine ball and also a lacrosse ball. We're going to basically pick the big muscle groups to begin with and try and work through some of the tissue to try and relax, release some of the knots that can get built up there through life and sitting and driving and whatnot, what we do in modern day culture. So first area we're going to work through first is into your quadriceps. I find from teaching, these areas get very tight, these muscles are very dominant, and we get a lot of deep muscles, tissue tightness in there, some knots, and this is going to help just to break it down over a period of time. We're looking at about 2 to 4 minutes per side, depending on how you feel, how it's working for you. If it feels tight on one side, maybe spend a little bit longer on that. So rectus femoris, big muscle group, let's attack it. So I'm going to do this with you, so you can feel free to follow along, just to make sure that you get the 2 minutes. But like I say, you could take this up to 4 minutes if you feel it needs a little bit longer. So we place the ball on the floor, and then we place our body on the ball, gingerly. So I'm going to just rest the ball right in the middle of my thigh, and I'm going to bring my body down. I'll just check the clock we've got up there, check where we're at for time, and then rest your body down onto that ball. Now, it will feel painful to begin with, no doubt. And I want you to focus on some breath to release. With slow movements to try and find where those tender spots may be, okay? It might be all over to begin with, might be a little bit higher up, a little bit lower down, but move slowly and just adjust yourself accordingly to get that feel. Very intuitive process, so only you can tell where those tight areas may be. And focus on deep breathing, gang. So I want you to focus on inhale. Whether you inhale through your nose or your mouth is entirely up to you, but you focus on deep breathing and try and focus on that working leg, the leg that the ball is on, to somewhat relax if possible. Just going to move through there, so I'm not feeling much there. For me personally, I need to go a little bit more towards the outer side of my leg, and that's where the tension can be. And once we find those areas, like I said, relax, breathe, and know that these knots are there, and it's stopping you from progressing and from being injury free basically. Fluency of movement is key, efficiency of movement, and this will really help to break those tissues down and to get the blood flow to these areas. So where we are now, got about 20 seconds left for the 2 minutes before we go on to the other side. So once you find the spot, hold it, breathe through it. And if we do this regularly, 3, 4, 5 times a week, you're going to find a massive reduction in the pain and massive benefits in your movement. A few more seconds. Woo, that was quite tough. So I'm going to switch across to the other side. So I'm going to move myself around this way so you can see what happens to the other leg. Check the time. So middle of the thigh, other leg comes out to the side, and here we go down. So I'm going to start up in the hip flexor region area first, go high up into the thigh and gently moving through. What you might find is, as you move across the tissue gently, you might find a little clunk or a click, and that could be just the ball moving across the tissue. Just be careful with that. Go back to where it feels most painful and hold, and like I said, focus on your breath. Got a nice knot there, just working that knot through, trying to relax, break it down. It shouldn't be painful, to be fair, anywhere through the body, through this, through life, and our postures and our sitting postures. These areas get very tight, and then we're trying to come into the gym and come into our classes and try to attack that tightness, and it's not going to work. So this is key as a foundation, just to have our body in a prime position to then be able to move efficiently. About another minute on this. It does ease off in time. That regular practice helps. Find the spots, chase the pain, hold it dead on, fight it, breathe through it. Just self-massage at the end of the day, that's all we're doing with this, self-massaging the tissue. Well, I dare say you would pay high money to get someone to do this for you. You can do this regularly, and I find that is key. A few more seconds. Part of me just wants to jump off the ball, but I'm going to stay with this pain. Fight it out. Two minutes. Wow. Feel better already. So the next muscle we're going to work on is your glutes, is your bum. Now there's a couple of ways to do this. You could use a foam roller for this. I like the ball. Ball's a little bit hardy. Density of the ball really seems to work. So what we do is perch one bottom cheek onto the ball. I'm going to come standing on that arm of the side that I'm on. And then from there I'm going to gently move away from the sit bone and find, just check the time there, I don't overdo the 2 minutes, and find the soft tissue of your glute. You'll know where that is, it'll feel a little bit more tender. Now if this feels like it works for you, stay with the leg down. If we can get that leg of the ball up, it kind of puts a bit of a stretch through the glute and it gives me a little bit more feeling with this. Again, just slow movements first. There's that intuition to find where that tightness may be, different on people. Ooh, there. Started to doubt myself there, feeling it wasn't tight. Again, focus on the breath to release. But these glutes get very tight, you know. I see people when they squat and lunge and the glutes are not connecting because we're so dominant with the quads. So release some of the tissue can really help you out. Put out about another minute on this. Slow movements. This can be done with the lacrosse ball as well. If you want to really go to the pain, or a foam roller if you find that the medicine ball is a little bit too much for you. You can use the arm as leverage just to lift off a little bit, you don't have to be sunk into it. 20 seconds left. So try not to get on, just roll it through, just move slowly, find those knots and break it down. It does work, it does feel better when you finish. Okay, good. Moving across to the other side. So again, soft spot. And I know for myself on this right side it feels a lot tighter. So I can spend a little bit longer on that tighter side. Find the spots. And I want you to be relatively comfortable with your posture as you do this, you know, in terms of the shoulder, trying not to sink it in towards the ear, just press away lightly. You can demonstrate, I'm just on my fingers there just to show that it's not a massive load on the wrist or the elbow. It's uncomfortable where the ball is, but I want it to be comfortable for the rest of your body, an enjoyable experience. Again, just move gently, chase the pain, find it, hold it, and breathe through it. So I find one side might be a little bit tighter than the other, so like I said, spend a little bit longer on that side. Do this at the end of the day, when you finish work. Do it in the morning if you're motivated to get up and do that. Before you go and sit behind that desk or drive, get on with your daily job. A few more seconds on this. I'm going to go into the IT band next, so be really brave for this one because this is arguably the toughest one. Good. 3 seconds and release. So usually what I find is the tight areas, thighs, abductors, the IT band and the glutes. So we've hit 2 of those already. You need to be brave for the next part, the outer thigh. So again, ball on the floor, on the carpet, on the mat, wherever you're working, we lie in a side position and then place your body on the ball. Come down to the elbow and you can sweep that leg round there. Now you can do this on the hand or you can come down to the arm there. And I'm just going to let my body rest. So we're not on the hip itself, never go on bone. Bone on the ball is not good, but we're just going to find that soft tissue on the side of your leg, somewhere between your hip and your knee, and then let that leg relax. And again, focus on that breathing. It's going to really hurt big time to begin with, but it does ease off. And a lot of people with problems with the knees, when we squat and lunge, it's quite common. And a nice area to release with that to counteract that is the outer thigh and the inner thigh, which we'll get to next. That minute can't go quick enough now. So again, move yourself just gently down or adjust the ball. The further down you go towards the knee, the tighter it may be. So just go easy. You might just want to prop up on your hand to take a bit of that leverage off. But like I said, I can't stress enough, chase the pain. Go to those tight spots. Don't work around it. Go to it. Don't kid yourself. It's really hard there, really tough, really tough. But the benefits of this pain, the pain now, you know, the benefits of how you're going to move efficiently after this, it is secondary. It's massively beneficial. For a little bit of pain now, it doesn't work. It doesn't make any difference to how I'm going to work afterwards. 10 seconds. Carefully off. And bring yourself across to the other side. Again, if you want to start with your elbow down, front leg, come out to the side there. And just small adjustments to begin with. You could use your foam roller with this, it still works. Like the ball, like the density of the ball, you can really find those tight areas. Hit them head on, hold, breathe. Shouldn't be painful, but it is. You can ease your way off, like I said, prop yourself up onto your hand if you wish. Go to the pen, don't work away from it. Still a bit to go on this side. Ease up if you need to. Slightly adjust it. So just, you know, in between that 2 minutes, if you can start up high on the leg and work it down towards your knee. But like I said, do not go onto that bone of that knee or the hip. Tend to find around this top area of the outer thigh, that's where we can get really tight and that can really pull on those knee strings and inhibit your movement. 20 seconds still. How are you getting on? Better than me, I hope. Been doing this regularly now, it is easy enough, so it might be really painful to begin with. Work in progress. Found some real good results with the clients we train that do this regularly in their own time. They come to class, it's like different bodies moving. 10 seconds. And release. Okay. We're going to now work on your adductors, your inner thighs. A little bit tricky to get on the ball with this one. So I'm going to show you at an angle. So I'm going to lie on my front. I'm going to bring my leg out to the side like so. Yeah, this leg out to the side. I'm going to go in a prone position and then adjust that so it's right up near the groin. Okay, so it's a prone planky position. My other leg is stretched out long. This leg is at a nice right angle with that ball right in there. Like the dog taking the wheel on a fire hydrant, so to speak. I'm going to settle into that. Again, it's an area of instant feel. You know, you get a lot of sensation in that leg, in that inner thigh, and just slight adjustments. Work on that intuitive process to find where it feels tighter. So move slow, gain that control, and it is a fight. It is a fight against these knots that may have been in there for many years, stopping you to progress, stopping you to move better. And be brave as you approach the inside, towards the inside knee, because they tend to get very tight there. We're in 2 minutes yet. Again, little movement, slow, controlled, go to the pain, hold it. And breathe. If you're really brave, you can lift the ankle away from the floor and have an explore there. Very personal work to find out where you are tight. So I know where I'm tight. I'm going to go straight to that spot now and hold that for about 20 seconds more. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, last one on the big muscle groups. So again, from the front, arms long, sink down, inner thigh in there, leg straddle to the side, the other leg is out long, rest your body down, and just gently have a little feel, slow controlled movements. And I feel different on my left side. I need to really get into that. There's a knot there, that feels really painful. In a good way, in a good way. I would suggest doing this for, like I said, 2 to 4 minutes each side, but doing it regularly. That consistency is key, especially if you're going to go back to work and sit through the day. It's going to go that tight again, so we need to get these areas worked off regularly. You just give it a bit of time, give it a few days to feel the real benefit, to feel and see the difference in your movement patterns. Like I said, don't move away from that pain. If you walk across a certain area and you feel that tighten up, slowly go back to that and just be brave. These knots need breaking down. 20 seconds. I was always a nose breather with my Pilates training, breathing in through the nostrils. I find with this, personally, I can get better oxygen intake through an inhale through my mouth. A few seconds. Look towards the knee, hold, be brave for the last few. And release. Whew, glad that's over with. Okay, I'm going to work into a little bit of lower leg now into the calves. Several options for this. I'm not going to overwhelm you with the details of what we can use for this. We could go with a med ball, so you could basically place your calf on there, like so, with a med ball. What I'm going to personally use, this works better for me, is a little lacrosse ball and a yoga block, something raised up that just gives it a little bit more leverage when my leg's lifted up. So that ball sits on there, and I'm going to bring my lower leg into there, somewhere in the middle of your calf, where the soleus and the gastrocnemius kind of join. So it's like a little fold. Going to just find that little tender spot. Sit tall, so try and have an extended spine as opposed to sitting all flexed. And if this works for you, just holding that leg on and moving slowly, find the spots, that's fine. I've done this enough times now. I'm going to bring that leg across, the top leg across, sit tall, and now I've got a little bit more weight onto that leg. I can feel a lot more, so if it feels more painful doing this, then that's fine. Slow, controlled movements. Try and find where those areas are. I'm guessing there's quite a lot through the calf. These areas get very tight as we stand. Little baby adjustments. Try not to get on there and roll around, just slow, controlled movements. And over a period of time, if you're doing this regularly, you're probably going to be hitting more areas in your calf than not. So you're going to explore and learn about your body. It's a very intuitive process. You're going to learn where those areas are of concern, where you need to work it. This can be done just on the floor. Don't need a block. You could use a book, stack of books. A few more seconds. And release. And switch to the other. So just in that little joint first. About the mid, between your heel and the back of your knee. Anywhere midline of the back of the leg is good. Again, if the leg outstretched, sitting tall. Spine extension helps put a bit more leverage on. I wouldn't suggest lifting up, and maybe that's a little bit too much for some of you there. Ooh, there's a nice knot there. I'm just going to hold. Break that sucker down. So we're on to nearly 20 minutes now, so it's 20-30 minutes a day. It will massively help you, I promise you that. You just got to stick at it, be consistent with it. If possible, try and do this without any interference from anyone or anything. Maybe watch a bit of TV, maybe read a book, listen to some nice music. I think definitely not answering emails and working at a desk or anything like that for this, because I want these releasing techniques to be somewhat a calm experience, as opposed to you focusing on work, something stress related that then is going to enter in that fascial realm and potentially make this a not very nice experience. It's nasty as it is, right? I'll have another 30 seconds. Find when we squat, a lot of people can't get down deep enough on that squat, or they hinge forward, they take a bow. If that's you, these areas are one of the first areas I would look at as a functional trend to release the calf, release that posterior back line of the body, and this is going to help you move. Okay, that is 2 minutes. So just to recap, we'll work through the thighs, the glutes, inner and outer thigh, and the calves, okay? There's other areas, I don't want to overwhelm you at the moment. Those are the big few that I feel we're going to help you to move, lunge, walk, run, anything efficiently. Okay, Stu from Body Fit Solutions, get on it.